Are you scared to move abroad? When we first left Canada, we had no idea of what we were doing. Honestly, we were flying by the seat of our pants. We had so many questions, so many doubts, and not a lot of answers. And here's the truth. The first step is always, it's always the toughest. It feels like you're stepping off a cliff, but starting, even with uncertainties, that's the only way to reach the confidence that we now enjoy today. If you've ever dreamed of living a life abroad and you're too scared to start, this video is for you, because we've been there. And we're going to show you how to move from scared to being prepared.
It's time to pull anchor and move on. Jill's getting kind of bored.
Why most people never follow through.
When Jill and I first started considering this lifestyle change, I've got to admit, I put on a brave face. It wasn't easy stepping away from the security that we'd always known. And I wanted to make sure Jill felt confident that we were doing the right thing. Behind the scenes though, I had my own doubts and worries, just like anyone would. Our portfolio manager told us about another client of his who had made a similar leap years earlier. This gentleman was in a completely different financial bracket than us. Extreme wealth, different strategies, different choices. But when he agreed to share his experience, there was one thing he said that really stayed with us. He told us that 80 or 90% of his friends and acquaintances who wanted to do what we did eventually backed out. They'd start the process and then get confused or scared, and they ended up never following through. That really hit home for us because we definitely felt that same fear. It reminded us of the old saying, fear nothing but fear itself. So, at the end of the day, the biggest challenge wasn't the finances, the logistics, or even leaving our home country. It was overcoming that fear of the unknown. And once we recognized that, the decision became so much clearer.
When you start this process, you'll have tons of questions. You will sometimes doubt yourself. We did. And maybe that is by design. That the powers to be, they make it complicated and scary on purpose. But here's what we've learned. You know what? You don't have to have it all figured out. Start messy, start scared. That's how you get to the other side. Lessons from 3 years of trial and error. It had been a few years since we had done our wills, and so this time we have reviewed them and made a few changes, and now it is current and it is clear.
And we've reviewed our portfolio to make sure withdrawals are tax efficient. If you're Canadian, you're going to be dealing with the NR4 form for non-resident withholding tax. If you're American, this is where a really good CPA matters. FACTA, foreign account reporting, it's all doable with the right advice. And don't forget your banking. you want to set up international friendly accounts. Something like a Wise card is a wonderful thing to have. Forex fees can become very costly if you don't handle them properly. Taking care of all these things prior to leaving will give you the peace of mind and the confidence to happily jet set around the globe like us.
Take care of your health before you go.
I am not a fan of the countdown. If anything, I feel like people get more tense.
So both of us just had our vaccine for shingles. So glad it's done, and it's all about getting these little things done before you leave.
Yeah, no procrastination.
We have learned to handle medical before leaving. Travel clinic visits, vaccines, and in fact, we're getting one today, and even long-term prescriptions. And here's one for our American viewers. Our global health insurance is with Cigna, and it covers us everywhere, except for the United States. We get 60 days in the US. However, if we had full coverage in the US for all year, it would more than double. And that says everything about American healthcare cost. Living abroad can save you a fortune in medical expenses alone. Secure your documents.
We didn't organize our documents the first time. Big mistake. But now every passport is current. Everything's backed up in the cloud, and we've given a trusted contact access just in case. That peace of mind, priceless.
First step strategy. Residency tips without overloading. One of the best decisions we've ever made was getting an alternative residency. For us, it was Mexico. Not because it was a place that we wanted to live full time, but it was because it was so easy, uncomplicated, and extremely affordable. And here is why it matters. You can't give up your residency unless you have another residency in place. Having that in place gave us options. And with options, the fear, it goes away. We'll do another video on this soon, but the takeaway here is simple. Take one solid step and it will change everything. The emotional shift. If you own something, you can't give it away. Then you don't own it. It owns you. It's taken us 3 years to reach this point. In the beginning, we felt this constant pull to come home, to deal with all the unfinished business. Now, that pull is gone. We have tied up all the loose ends, and now we can leave indefinitely. We're not running away from uncertainty anymore. We have created the certainty that we needed. And you can too. Don't wait to feel like everything has to be perfect, because it never will. So start anyway, because that's how you get here. How can you start today?
Number 1, make a checklist today, not 3 months before you leave. Number 2, Book key appointments, financial advisor, lawyer, travel clinic, etc., etc. Number 3, consider your residency options early. It really opens doors. Number 4, start with what you know, not what you don't. Momentum builds confidence. And remember, this is really important. The first step is always the toughest, but it's also the most important.
So if we could start with zero knowledge, full of doubts, and reach this point, well, so can you. Don't wait for certainty, create it. Canada versus the United States.
For Canadians, maybe it's the high taxes or feeling stuck. All you Americans, maybe it's healthcare costs or wanting to retire early without burning out. Whatever your reason, leaving isn't just possible, it can be life-changing. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel the freedom we feel now. And as always, we'd love to hear all your comments. So, what's the one thing stopping you from starting? Is it fear? Finances? Family? We might feature your answer in our next video. Whatever your reason, leaving isn't just possible, it can be life-changing. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel the freedom that we now feel.
We began this journey with both doubts and fear. Today, we leave with confidence, knowing that we have done the right things for us and for our families. If you're scared to move abroad, just remember this. The first step is always going to be your toughest step. So take that step anyway. Your future self will thank you. Okay.
Here's to Victoria. It's been a great 3 months, but time to move on.
And don't forget, subscribing makes a big difference to our videos. Liking, sharing, commenting also makes big difference for the channel. So come along for the journey.